Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing some more CarX and we're just going to do a few runs on the Tandem Drift feature, which is something I've been really enjoying on CarX. So Tandem Drift is quite simple. You select your track, you get to drive a lead run, and then you get to drive a chase run, and you're chasing the lead run that you set. It's really good practice. And we're going to be driving on config 1. As you can see, I've already set some whopping scores on here, so we're going to dive in and see if we can do a really good score back to back. So we're not going to be retrying any runs, we'll just do the runs and then restart the whole event and then see if we can get a really high score with back to back runs. So let's go straight into it. We're going to be running the S13, and I will share the tune for this at the end of the video. If you want to see it, stick around, or just skip to the end, whatever you feel like. So let's go. So off the line, up to third, pushing fourth. Nice quick snappy initiation to try and get the maximum points. And I've missed a box. Restart straight away, because if we miss a box we're basically going to get half the points for that sector, which is not what we want. Let's see if we can put down a really smooth lead run here. Just get into that outer box. Should be a pretty good score and a good line to follow, 99.85. So let's see what we can chase it up with back to back. No retrying runs, we just got to try and hit the biggest score possible. Leave a little bit of a gap. A bit of contact, losing a bit of ground, but we can make it up. Enough room for the transitions. Try not to lose too much ground, and we pooped it. A little bit too close on that transition. So we got to restart the whole thing. See if we can get another high scoring lead run in. Oh, and I'll redo that because I initiated before. The scoring is a little bit tricky for the initiation. You have to go from straight to angle in between those first two smoke signals, and if you do it before, you'll only get 20 points. If you initiate before the first smoke signal, you're capped at 20 points, which is a little bit silly, I think, but it's the way we've got to do it. So we've got to try and initiate or transition right in between those two smoke signals to get the most points. Missed it again. Didn't quite get out wide enough. Oh man. It's a little bit harder. I can normally run really consistent, but talking and driving is not my strong suit. So I'll try and shut up and concentrate a little bit. Just dropping a tyre at the end there, but luckily dropping tyres doesn't affect your score too much. So we're on a 99, we could have been a little bit higher, just the initiation score hurt us there, which like I said is quite tricky, so let's see what we can follow it up with. There, which is not going to be good for our score. We did get a pretty decent initiation score. not shaping up to be a good chase run at all. Not at all. Just lacked that proximity. Still a 90-point run, but was not a good chase run by any means. Let's try again. Initiation on the lead run just gets so tricky. On the chase run it doesn't seem as bad, as long as you have good proximity it seems to give you a pretty good score, but on the lead run it's super critical where you get that initiation. Boxes with really good angle. Oh, no, it's throttle cut out for a second then. Damn, just totally threw me off. Alright. No excuses, we've got to lay down a solid run and chase it up. Solid run. That should give us a really good score. 100 points. Alright. Now we got to bring it together with the chase run. It's not enough room. Damn it. That's tricky. The one thing I really do struggle with is the transitions on this game. So it just feels like the brake pedal doesn't really... It's not very effective when you're on throttle at the same time. Compared to other games like Forza and Assetto where you can really use the left foot brake. And I'm just going to bin this run because it just feels absolutely terrible because I'm too busy talking. But yeah, on Forza and Assetto, you can really left foot brake and position the car perfectly for the transition, whereas on here, you sort of ride the brake and it doesn't feel like the car wants to slow down, it just sort of stays in the pocket, and as soon as the car in front transitions, it just sort of knocks you out, which makes it a bit tricky, but something we've got to try and drive around. Just a bit of a correction there, get on the line. Oh man, I've cooked it. Bugger, that was shaping up to be a reasonable score then too. God, I'm sucking at the moment. Alright, this is the one. Out a bit on the initiation, which is going to hurt our score a bit, but still a 98.5. I'm going to work on my chase runs, and it's been really inconsistent, and making really little mistakes at the moment. Contact, lucky it didn't hurt me too much. Push them across the line. What did we get? A 95, so what's our result there? Whoops, I hit restart instead of result. I forgot what the first run was, so we're just gonna have to run it again. Ah, missed that clip again. It's killing me. It's really killing me. Solid, but did I get enough for the initiation? I did. Awesome, 100-point run. Now, can we bring it home with the chase run? Felt pretty good. That should be a pretty reasonable score. 100.99. Alright, what did we get? A total of 201.6. So that's back-to-back 100-point runs for the lead and chase. Proximity wasn't perfect, but you can see in the footage there, the transitions were really nice and tight, timed really quite nicely, and angle was matched throughout the run pretty well. I didn't quite have good proximity there. The final turn, not too bad, about a little bit less than the car width between us in the middle of the last turn there, so the proximity could have been a bit better, but we hit our marks and got the score I wanted. So that's going to wrap up that little session, and I'll quickly jump in and show you the tune on the car. Now the tune is by no means perfect. There's always room for improvements, and I'm still fiddling with things like the dampers, especially on this thing at the moment. But I'll just run through it, and you can just pause through and copy it if you want to use it. As you can see, we're on 110 adhesion, running about 600 horsepower, and brake pressures are obviously going to be personal preference. I've turned the ABS on just because I don't feel like the cars want to slow down enough even when you're at that point where the brakes are starting to lock up, so I just turned that on just to see if it would help at all. But yeah, anyway, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.